For the past 3 years, teachers trained by Holocaust Museum Houston have been conducting year-long courses at local schools focused on teaching students about the Holocaust and other mass atrocities. We visited 3 such classes at Hastings High School, George Bush High School, and the High School for the Performing and Visual Arts to see what the students have learned.
Good morning. All right, today we're going to be talking about propaganda.
What I want to introduce you to, and I know some of you have done this before and I've used it before, is the triangle.
Y'all read chapter 8 out of Facing History and Ourselves on bystanders, rescuers. So I want you guys to go around and give me your thoughts on what you got out of this.
The class allows students to not only learn about and discuss the Holocaust, but relate what they have learned to current issues taking place in their own lives.
There was a group of girls who I had a class with, and they actually planned to terrorize a girl. I felt like if I was to say something, they were gonna attack me. In that situation, she did actually get attacked, and they got in trouble for it, but afterwards, and as I'm reading through these stories, it's really making me feel horrible inside living with that guilt because she was really terrorized. I feel that to make a change from everything I'm learning in this class, even though being a bystander and standing up to become a rescuer is hard, I feel that it only takes one action to change that.
Being in this class, it's really opening up my perspective on how I feel as far as being a bystander. I feel like it's really vital to have all this information from this class to fuel how I make my decisions later on in life.
It all depends on the person and how you feel about yourself and how you feel about the way other people are being treated. That way you can go stand up.
I do think that the Holocaust allows a framework for them to examine current events and to examine how humans tend to behave. And by using the Holocaust, we can see that taken to its extreme. If we don't have that framework to show children, I fear that there isn't another way that I can explain how something like the Holocaust starts as something very small and grows to something very large.
You can't leave anything out because everyone deserves to know what happened, what is happening, and what could happen if we don't take action.
When you classify people and you dehumanize them, oh, you're not human. This kind of relates to that. Oh, you're dead. You're not worthy of being around.
They should be able to recognize issues of hate and discrimination and take a stand against it, whether it's for themselves or someone close to them. And hopefully that's gonna empower them to do more as they get older.
From reading all of this, what are you going to do to make the world a better place?
If there's a conflict, we're always recording it instead of actually speaking.
That's where you need to take a stand, and you do need to be that person to be like, okay, I know I'm probably gonna get killed for this, but this is wrong and I'm not gonna participate in this. That's where you become, instead of being a bystander and watching it happen and being a follower, that's where you become a leader.
I think when you hear the stories and you learn the patterns of these genocides, you are trying to make sure that they don't happen again in your lifetime.
Can you all be rescuers by going out and sharing what you've learned from this class, what you learned from me last year?
Yes.
At the end of the lesson, I asked them to take a sticky note and to make me a promise that they would do one thing in the next 2 weeks that would change their small world. I want you to think about yourself. What can you do that will change your world in the next 2 weeks?
Maybe instead of watching my brothers fight, I can try to make them not fight.
Our group, we talked about a lot of different things, but mainly just having an open mind. I wrote in big letters, open mind, because in our school there's categories, and I want to challenge myself to look beyond the art areas and appreciate and explore that people break stereotypes.
You guys have to promise me that you are going to try to implement the one thing that you wrote on that sticky note. Because I asked you to do that, and because it's important to me, I need you to come get your sticky note before you leave. The Holocaust Museum provides that purpose to educators. Having those resources available to me is extremely important. We need to find ways to make that more accessible to teachers. We need to find ways to make that more relevant to students.
I really, really strongly feel that this class should be available at all schools.
It's not that we're just learning what's in the book. We're actually interpreting it and being able to use it, and it will help me and I think everyone else in this class later on in life.
Please help Holocaust Museum Houston train more teachers and bring this class into more schools. Visit hmh.org to learn more.